Hi, I have been asked to go over some multiplication strategies with you guys. So I have a couple different strategies here, and I'm going to go over them with you and kind of show you how we teach them at the elementary school so that you can help your kids at home. So the first one I have is called repeated addition, and we really like the kids, especially when they're starting out, to recognize multiplication as repeated addition, meaning that we're adding the same number over and over again. So in this example, I put if we have 5 groups of 3 triangles, how many triangles do we have? So I can see that I have 3, 3, 3. And so we would want to encourage the kids to recognize that I'm adding 3 triangles, 3 triangles, and how many times I said I had 5 groups. So that's how I would decide how many times I'm adding 3. So 3, we would add 3 5 times. And that would tell me that 5 times 3 is 15. Eventually, we would like the kids to do this in their head through skip counting. So we would say 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. But when they're getting started, repeated addition is a really great strategy. Another way that we teach multiplication is an array. And so an array is an arrangement of objects, pictures, or numbers in columns and rows. So you can see in this example that I have 2 rows and 3 columns. So I have 2 by 3, which is the same as 2 times 3. And I could actually have the kids count them out so that they could see that it is 6, or we could do 2, 4, 6, just depending on where they are. So I can see there are 2 rows of Christmas trees. Each row has 3 trees. How many Christmas trees are there? 2 times 3 is 6. And then this other example I have here is an area model. And so in an area model, we're showing kids that we have 2 square units by 4 square units. So again, this is kind of similar to the array where we have 2 by 4. We have 2 rows and 4 columns. So they can again see that we have 2 times 4. And if I put skip counting up here, again, it's going to kind of depend on where they are in their multiplication skills, but we could do 2, 4, 6, 8, or we could just count them up. Here's another example. So this is where we have a bigger, we have more rows than we do columns. And so this one tells me that I have 5 rows and 4 columns, and that represents the multiplication fact 5 times 4. And I can either count them up or I can skip count. We're going to count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yes, 5 times 4 is 20. Very good. Okay, so that's just a few. So the last thing I want to go over is when we expect our students to know multiplication by memory. And so typically we expect that kids by the end of 3rd grade should know from memory all the product of 2 one-digit numbers, and that's actually a Common Core standard. Another Common Core standard says that students should be able to fluently multiply and divide within 100 using strategies such as the relationship between multiplication and division or properties of operations. So I hope this video helps you developing those multiplication strategies and supporting your kids at home. As always, if you have questions, please let me know. Have a good night.